Hello there, we're here in Dubai at AX Capital's headquarters, and I'm here with Rafaela Soares, a fellow Brazilian who came to Dubai. How are you, Rafaela?
I'm great.
Okay, fantastic. So tell us, what brought you to Dubai? What was the motivation for you to be in Dubai and the motivation to work in the real estate market?
Well, I'm in Dubai. It's been like 10 years already. I came to stay 1 year and I just started to making money, and I just didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go back to Brazil, so I decided to stay. And what brought me here is very funny. I used to be a dancer.
Oh, really?
A belly dancer.
Oh, wow.
And I used to perform in Brazil, and then there were some people that saw me and said that you have to come to Dubai. And after a while, I started to do personal training, and I decided that I want to do more money. So I started studying real estate and asset management. I'm graduated in accounting in Brazil.
Nice.
And I'm in real estate. It's been now 5-6 years, and I'm super happy.
And it's a booming market for real estate for many, many years now. And there was a downturn on the economy in 2008, and the UAE was severely hit with that. But now we see an incredible uprise of this of the value of property, and more opportunities, more and more available units to sell. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Dubai is one of the best cities to live in the world today. As I said, I'm here, it's been 10 years and I still didn't get to know everything. There's one new restaurant every weekend. So now we have the master plan of 2040, which is like improving the lifestyle of the residents, and there are many people coming to Dubai for tourism, for business. We have a new restaurant every weekend. We have a new restaurant. So we have many things to do in Dubai, the amusement, parties. We have the demand in Dubai is quite high right now. That's what's increasing the price, makes the prices goes up. This is one of the.
But in reality, I mean, a lot of people come to Dubai. And they want to invest and they make this a vacation home. What about those who want to actually live in Dubai, have their educate their children? What do you have to tell our viewers about the education system here in the UAE? How's it compare to places like our native Brazil? I mean, you've been here for 10 years. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot. In terms of that, and obviously you deal with a lot of expats, like you were telling me.
Exactly.
You deal with pilots that come here and work for the airlines. You deal with oil and gas engineers, people in technology that come here. And they don't necessarily invest in a property to make it a investment property or vacation home, but they actually live here. So tell us a little bit about that. I mean,
we have lots of people coming to Dubai for business, to live in Dubai, which we call the personal users, right? And yes, as you said, the pilots, they usually seek for the best schools in Dubai. And we have schools like Kent College, we have James schools, we have King's schools. We have some neighborhoods have usually some 5 to 8 schools in one neighborhood. It's quite we have a huge number of very good schools in Dubai, Swiss schools as well. So these people, they seek for the best education for their kids, and they are very I know teachers that they have to show numbers, and they want the best for their kids. We have many very good schools. The education system here is amazing.
So as an example, a lot of people go and look for they want to immigrate. They're going to leave Brazil, for instance, as an example. They want to leave Argentina or Colombia or Russia, and they want to come to the US, for instance, and they say, well, I want to go to Florida. But Florida, they have a public school system, and they say, well, education is free up to, they reach the university level, and on the K through 12 grade, they have free education, but here's paid, right? is not a public system,
No,
right?
no. Most of the schools are paid schools. Yes.
Okay, so a private school.
Yeah, private schools, yes. And, it's the best system. Like, you will have the best education for your kids. And again, you will gaining a very good, you're earning money here in Dubai. So you can afford, yes, this education.
So I would say also the fact that you're not paying any tax, right? Because it's a tax-free existence, right?
It's a tax-free. That's a very good reason. That's a very
attractive, right?
Attractive for the tourism, for the investors especially. I have many investors from all over the world, Portugal, US, China, and they want to invest in Dubai because it's a tax-free country.
I see. And a lot of people, do they buy, like, do you see a lot of people buying property under their personal name, or actually creating structures like companies, foundations, limited liability companies?
No, I have both. I have clients from Portugal who open their companies here because it's easier to do the taxes that they have in Portugal and other countries as well. I have many people buying from, like, on their personal names as well. Like, it's both. It's a mix.
And do you see the movement of people coming in? You see, we were walking around this office here, and I see a lot of people speaking Russian, Italian. I heard Romanian, which I hadn't heard in a long time. I heard people talking in Ukrainian as well.
Exactly. Hindi.
Hindi as well, and Urdu. I saw.
Exactly.
I was amazed. This is like, this is so unique. And tell us a little bit about working in this wonderful environment, this very diverse environment.
I just love to work. First of all, I always tell my friends that I am exactly where I always wanted to be, doing exactly what I love to do, Real estate is like my life. And talking about the company, is the best company that I have ever worked. I've been in some other companies before, but here I love the environment, the office, the space, and the culture, the mixture of cultures. As you said, we have Brazilians. This company has the biggest Brazilian community.
Wow.
The real estate agents. Yeah.
Representing.
Well represented. Yeah. And then we have the Pakistanis, Indians, Russians, Moldovians to attend all of our clients, Spanish clients as well, all the nationalities.
Can people obtain a visa by buying a property in Dubai?
Absolutely, absolutely. From $200,000, the person will get the visa of a 2 years investment visa. And we have now the golden visa, which is attracting many clients, especially like I sold for many of my investors that are seeking for the golden visa, which is from $545,000. You can apply for your golden visa. That has validation for 10 years.
So that 10-year valid visa for you to live, work freely, and it extends to your immediate family.
Exactly.
Right? Your spouse, your children, children up to 25 years old can actually get that, as long as they are unmarried, they can benefit for that. And there's also if you have children that are married and are older than 25, you can actually get a family reunification visa, which is also available for those who are actually living here. Tell us as well about, I see a lot of people in Dubai. I've been coming to Dubai since 2008 myself, and I noticed one thing is that there's a lot of bling here. There's even this TV series now going on Netflix about the
bling,
Dubai bling. And but are people really that shallow here? Are people really just worried about their appearance, or is it?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So
there is.
But there is a cultural side to the city as well. There are museums here.
Of course.
They're interesting. There's a lot of history.
We have the new Museum of the Future right now. That is amazing. You have to book like within 2 months in advance, otherwise you cannot get in. I couldn't get in. I live in front of it. I couldn't get in yet. We have the frame. We have the Dubai Eye. We have lots of new things in Dubai. I know some people that have been here 5 years ago and now they came back and it's a new Dubai. There's lots of things to do that are bringing the investors and the tourism like to Dubai. It's amazing. It's why Dubai, the infrastructure, amusements, parties, you have everything. And the weather. I mean, the weather, I love the weather.
I was going to talk about the weather here. So yeah, this is an important part. People tell me all the time, but isn't it really hot over there, you know, all the time? And I usually tell them, listen, if you come in the winter time, it's great. The city is absolutely full. It's completely filled with events. There's a lot of events that happen here during the winter time because it's very conducive. The weather is really mild and it's not that bad. But during the summertime, the city becomes a little bit empty, right? A lot of people go travel.
A little bit, yeah. Lots of people, they travel. Even myself, I try to escape a little bit. But again, like you have, let's say, 6 months of, the summertime. It's quite hot. You cannot travel 6 months.
Of course.
You know, we try. And but a good thing is that in this season, the summer season, the prices in the hotels are a bit
really
lower.
Low. Yeah. And but you were talking to me as well about, you know, the like for instance, we were talking specifically about the pilots that they bring their children and they want to, you know, they want an education that it's on par with their expectations. But tell me about entertainment for children. I mean, I see a lot of entertainment for adults. Tell me a little bit about entertainment for children. I mean, I have an 8-year-old that would like to bring her here and have a good time with her. What is there for children in Dubai?
Well, besides the communities that we sell, like every community has their own kids play areas. You know, you saw like in Keturah, we'll have like amazing. We have the aqua parks, we have the parks, the IMG park, Global Village. We have many different parks, and you know the open areas as well. You know, golf courses that the kids go to play with their fathers as well. And afterwards, after the game,
yes, after the game.
we have lots of space for kids as well. It's a city that welcomes everyone.
There's even an indoor skiing area, right?
Yes, even it's small. I am going to do some classes there, by the way. I just don't have time. I don't know how to ski yet. But yes, yeah.
So speaking about entertainment, speaking about all the attractions that exist, there's also even a zip line that people crosses over. There's skydive Dubai as well.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people want to go and jump. And so there is a lot of entertainment here. There's a lot of things that you can do. And it's a very central area as well. There's a lot of good capillarity in terms of flights and availability of, I mean, you're couple hours away from India. You're only about 4 hours away from the Maldives, which is a prime destination for people to go honeymoon or have a good time with their spouse and kids as well. You know, there's some resorts that do take children. But if you were to compare Dubai with Abu Dhabi, you know, the main the capital here of the UAE, what would be your feeling about, how would you properly describe the two different types of environment when it comes to doing business in Abu Dhabi or investing in Abu Dhabi, investing in Dubai, or investing in the UAE in general? What is your take on that?
Well, we do have projects in Abu Dhabi as well. We're selling from a very well-known developer called Aldar there. And it is a very good place for investing, okay? If you are looking for capital appreciation long-term and a good return of investment as well. But if you're looking for something going on for parties and more energy, everything happening, like you like something like agitated, something else more agitated, is Dubai. If you're looking for something for peace and mind, is like, you know, to be outside.
So Abu Dhabi is more of a family environment.
Exactly.
And here's more relaxed party.
Exactly. Right. If you're looking for parties and...
So this is more like this, so let's say...
It's a touristic city.
Okay, so this is more, Dubai is more Miami and Orlando, right? And then if you were to compare, it would be a good comparison. And then Abu Dhabi will be more, I would say,
peaceful, you know?
Peaceful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's more
Peaceful.
reserved.
Exactly.
Okay. Good. It's a good
Yeah.
way to do it.
If
So
you
I'll
want
say,
to relax, you go to Abu Dhabi. If you want to party, you come to Dubai.
all right. So let's compare. Let's compare Abu Dhabi with, say, the Hamptons, right? Which is very peace and quiet. There's some party, but not so much. But it's very. I would say it is very also. It's a more austere, right? There's more restrictive in certain rules. I remember not so long ago they're imposing some COVID restrictions for you to be able to go to restaurants and with good measure. I think they because of being the capital, they have national security concerns and they have. Speaking of which, you've been here for 10 years. I've been coming here since 2008. I am a resident too. I mean, I love the UAE. I think it's one of the greatest places on earth. But coexistence of different nationalities, creeds, beliefs. Do you think it works well, in your opinion? Everything works well as a cosmopolitan country? You think
it does? Yeah. Dubai is very different, compared to 10 years ago when I arrived here. It was like more restrict, right? And now they are upcoming. There are lots of people coming to Dubai, lots of tourists, lots of people coming to work. So they're opening more. They're easing for expats like us. Of course, we have to respect the religion, respect the culture, right? But it's way better now. Even in Ramadan, before they used to cover all the restaurants, like no one could be seen eating in the streets because of the people who are fasting,
Of course, yeah.
But
out of respect.
Exactly. But nowadays it's not happening anymore. It's everything open. It then depends. Like people still have to respect.
Of course.
But it's way more open for outsiders. Let's say for tourism and expats.
I'm not sure about your experience with the UAE, but my experience has been they're extremely welcome. The Emiratis are extremely welcoming people. They are very gracious. They're great hosts.
Exactly.
They like to make us feel very welcome. And at least has happened to me. I mean, what has been your experience?
Well, being a Brazilian facilitates it. They love Brazil. They love Brazil, and I felt it since the first time that I arrived in Dubai. The first word that I heard was Michel Teló and Romário or Bibito.
Oh wow!
And now it's Neymar. But they are very welcoming. They welcome everyone, people from all over the world in Dubai.
Amazing. Thank you very much for showing us around. I would love to show our viewers some properties, and I wanted to ask you specifically about AX Capital. Tell us a little bit about AX Capital. What are the opportunities here? What is the return of investment in buying a property? What are buyers, investors expecting to see on return?
So AX Capital today is considered one of the best companies in the market. I've been in a couple of awards, and I cannot deny that I'm very proud to work here. And we do work with the primary and secondary market, which is from the developers, and the secondary market, let's say when you want to resell your property or rent it out. So we do all the work, especially like if I sell something to my client, I will do it till the end, the primary and secondary market. And we have projects offering like 6 to 12% return of investment. This is what the investors are looking for. Capital appreciation and a good return of investment, And me, like I'm a property advisor, I will always guide my clients to the best decisions, to the best returns, to the best capital appreciation, because we will be with you, talking about me and AX Capital, till the end. So if something goes wrong, you will come to me and Rafaela, what's my appreciation, you sold me this.
But what's the average ROI on a property in Dubai?
8%.
8%. That's quite high.
8%,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, will depend on the location, the assets that you're buying, what type, and we help you to choose the best,
And it is always easy to rent. For instance, if you you buy a property and you want to put it out for the rental market? Is it always easy?
It is easy because we have a very high demand for apartments, for rental apartments. And for example, I have a property in a location like that is 40 minutes from downtown. And I had like four persons waiting for this property to be available in the market.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was choosing like which one. So there is, it's easy to rent because we have a very good team that works in the secondary market, and they will make sure that they will rent your property.
Well, one thing though that people need to be aware of when you lease a property, when you rent a property here, you need to pay 1 year upfront. Basically, a lot of people ask that. There are some exceptions where people actually will pay it on a month-to-month, and they do with post-dated checks and things like that. So explain to us the difference of when a owner requests a full year in advance, or when they do it with they do it in installments. How's that?
You have the option of paying, depends on what project, what property, and what is the landlord is asking for. You can agree with the landlord to pay in one check, and reduce the price of the rental, ask for a discount.
Right.
You can agree on paying 3, 4, 6 checks, but you have to give the checks in advance.
Yeah, so post-dated checks, because if the check bounces, it's a big trouble here.
It's a big trouble. There are some people that they cannot leave the country because their name will be
blacklisted.
Blacklisted.
Yeah, okay.
So this is
until they actually pay that.
The investors always ask for. What if I don't get my payment? Right. What will I do with the tenant? They can feel safe because it doesn't happen in Dubai. The tenants will not be able to leave the city.
Yeah, since 2008, this has actually changed because there were a lot of people that actually left the country without paying, or people that left their cars because they couldn't afford paying it. There was a big scandal about that. And since then, the rules have changed so that it protects the investors, it protects the UAE, in general, the financial system of the UAE, so that it doesn't collapse. It's extremely safe to also transact currency in here as well. So it's a very safe country in general in terms of public safety, right?
Exactly.
Crime is extremely low. There's virtually no crime here whatsoever. This is one of the places in the world that I don't have to worry about, what's going on, if I'm going to get mugged, or I walk around, on the streets, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I do my little walks, and I see women walking around by themselves, and they're not worried at all. I don't see any issues whatsoever. I mean, you feel, as a woman, you feel...
I feel fine. Like some women from Brazil questioned me a few days ago, like, but don't you feel harassed? What is how are you treated there because you're a woman? I feel better than Brazil, I swear. Like, I'm very respected here.
Yeah, I see that.
Don't have to wear an abaya, Yeah. I'm walking inside of the construction sites with thousands of people working, and they don't say a word. Different than Brazil.
Yeah, you don't get harassed. Yeah, and you don't hear the cat calls and nothing.
They respect me so much as a woman here,
Yeah.
So it's really safe. I forgot my wallet bag many times already in malls and restaurants, and I always got back.
And they were always there, untouched.
Always there, untouched.
It's one of the things that really fascinates me is how safe this country really is. So which areas here in Dubai are considered to be the most prestigious areas?
Okay, we have Business Bay, which is this location that we are now. We have Mohammed bin Rashid City, which is Keturah, where Keturah is located. We have the Palm Jumeirah, which is one of the best as well. JBR.
Okay.
Downtown, but let's say that downtown and Dubai Marina are quite saturated right now. Right. So we have like this new area.
Copacabana, call it.
And these are the main ones. We have Dubai Creek Harbor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are the best ones. Yeah.
Those are very sophisticated areas. And you showed me first Jumeirah Estates.
Yeah.
Correct. So beautiful property. It reminded me a lot about, I felt like I was in Orlando.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Palm trees and little lagoons, and I was just missing the beware of the crocodile signs, for me to be absolutely feeling like I was in Orlando. But then you took me to Keturah, and it's basically, it's nothing there yet. But the whole concept
Exactly.
and just the view of the place and the whole bioexistence, I mean, a very sustainable living.
Well, Keturah is focused on the Bioliving, which is about connecting the residents with the nature, okay? And it's comprised about houses and apartments, such as this apartment that we're seeing now, which is a 2-bedroom apartment, size 1,000, starting from 1,550 square feet, and it's a 2-bedroom plus mate plus a study room. And the location as well is located in Meydan, which was one of the best locations in Dubai, named after His Highness Mohammed bin Rashid.
And when I walk into that, you know, in that mock apartment, I said, this feels so peaceful.
Yeah.
It was not because it's extremely luxurious, but it feels so, I felt very peaceful in there. And this was something that really caught my attention, because in terms of the structure of the, you know, what everything has to offer in Jory Hills, and you know, at the first property that you showed me, he has a lot. I mean, he has gym, he has you know, it was I got like a 3-story, you know, a 3-story home, you know, and I basically switched that for a 2-bedroom apartment with a beautiful view in a community that also has homes.
Exactly.
And for me it was very interesting. But do you see that very often, buyers switching their...
I do.
Yeah?
I do. And I get...
You get goosebumps, huh? Yeah?
I do, yeah. As I was saying, yesterday I had another couple that did the same thing. They were looking for something at the Palm, and they purchased a 2-bedroom in Keturah. The thing is that Keturah has this new concept, which is connecting people, the residents, with the nature. You know,
Yes.
You don't see this like so much in Dubai. You don't have these trees, as you saw, the olive trees, Washingtonia trees.
Right.
The community will be amazing, and the developer is one of the best in the market as well.
And extremely well located.
Extremely well located. You could see Burj Khalifa. You can see Burj Khalifa.
It's literally 20 minutes to my office.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find a community that close to downtown in Burj Khalifa. You can see the Burj Khalifa from your apartment.
Right.
You know, so there is this new concept of the Bioliving that the main goal is to connect the residents with the nature, and they don't have to leave the community for that, to do anything. They will have everything inside of the community. I love, and Keturah, the meaning of the Keturah is the fragrance that the Arabs use to welcome people.
Yes.
So it starts from there.
That's probably why I felt so welcome.
I didn't spread anything.
So just to put in context, you know, I want people to understand, you know, the value of things here. So my property, the one you sold me, it runs about $1.5 million, right? So, but you also work with different types of properties as well, not just, you know, the multi-million properties. So, and I had the option to go 1.7 and buy a villa, like a full villa, you know, with like a 5-bedroom villa, you know, and but I opted to go to a 2-bedroom on a higher floor so that I can have a view, and I had, you know, more amenities and things like that. Different strokes for different folks, right? I'm more of an urban guy, so I don't think I'll do well in a house, on a villa. But you do have villas for sale that average anywhere. You can. I saw villas here at $800,000. That's $1,000 US. That is. I saw villas at 1.5, 2. They're even $10 million villas here.
Exactly.
I mean, that's something really incredible. Tell us a little bit about how the spectrum of offerings that exists in the real estate arena in Dubai. How does it? Is it any easy for you to sell a $10 million villa or $800,000 villa or an apartment or?
Yeah, it always depends on what the investors seeking for. Like, what are you looking for? You know, if you're looking for a good return, capital appreciation, if you want to use the property, you know, depends on the profile of investor as well. Right. I do sell properties from $100,000 up to $50 million. You know, it will always depend on what you're looking for. If you have the fund to go for $1.5 million, $2 million, way better. Like you'll get a better return, a better capital appreciation, you know. But basically, our project starts from $100,000, $100,000 up to 50 million or more. And you can, the good thing is that if your budget, if your comfortable budget, let's say would be 130 or $1.5 million, if you have a good payment plan, you can consider increasing your budget.
Which is something that really fascinates me about this market, was that I didn't need to apply for a mortgage to go and finance this unit. I mean, you get actually financing from the developer. This is a developer financing deal. I mean, I'm putting down 20% of the property, then more weeks I have to pay something else, and then it goes on and stages up to 2026 when the property is going to be ready, and I'm going to showcase this on our YouTube channel. So you can see the development of this property, and as I look and how this property further develops, so we can see how it's growing, and the trees are growing as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the Washingtonian trees are growing. But more importantly, how the money is actually growing as well, so that people see how the investment and the value of the property. So you mentioned something really important, in that, you know, the higher the value of the property, the higher your rate of return. It actually increases the percentage of your rate of return as you go higher in the value of the property. So it does appreciate a lot. Aren't you afraid that this will cause a bubble in this real estate market?
Well, in Dubai will be quite difficult, and even though if it happens, it will not go all the way down, because we have like certain demands, you know, it will not like affect, because we have like people looking to buy properties, and you know, there is market for everything. We're not expecting, the bubble may happen, can happen of course, but Dubai is ready to afford it, you know, it will not go all the way down, it will be.
So what do you expect a bubble to happen?
Well, everyone does, right?
Yeah.
This is a speculation,
right?
But the way that we're seeing Dubai, our investors will not suffer. Like,
I mean,
they have to be. Sorry for interrupting. You have to be strong.
Right.
It always depends on your type of investor. You know, I am an investor that I can handle it. I will not just sell my property if something happens. I will be strong enough.
It's a question of risk and reward, right?
Yeah.
It's risk and reward. So if you're willing to take the risk, you're gonna have the reward. And it's
exactly.
And in any investment, there's risk.
Exactly.
In any investment, there's risk, and people need to understand that there's no guarantees on any investment. You are actually betting on the probability of that happening based on track record, based on market tendencies, and also in who you're dealing with and doing business with.
Exactly.
Every investment has a risk, and I always find people complaining about, oh, you know, I invested in this person on that deal and didn't work out, and
it's a bet.
It's a bet. You had an opportunity to make a lot of money. Should you have made a lot of money, you wouldn't be complaining now, right?
Exactly.
Right.
I have clients who made a lot of money and they're happy.
Right.
And again, Dubai, we're talking about Dubai. Dubai has so much to grow yet.
Oh yeah. I see construction everywhere. Sprawling. It's a sprawling city. There's so much.
The risk is so minor here, you know, because it has so much to grow yet.
But there's something that people have to be mindful as well. There's certain areas that you cannot buy the property because it is restrictive to GCC nationalities. You know, to nationalities of the Gulf, Gulf Council community. So there'll be UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, right? Those nationalities are the ones that actually can buy properties here in certain areas. Like, you know, you go to Kite Beach in I thought I could go there. Hey, you know, leofreitas.com. I can go and buy a property at Kite Beach. No, Leo, you cannot.
I'm
You're
sorry.
not a GCC passport holder. You cannot buy a property. No matter how cute you think you are with your activities, you're not gonna buy a property because you're not a GCC owner.
Yeah, you could buy, but let's say that you're leasing the property.
So
for
it's leasehold. It's leasehold, 99-year
yeah,
leasehold.
99 years old, but no one wants to do that. I don't offer leasehold properties to my clients. You know, I know that's 99 years.
So
but
for those who want to understand, leasehold is when you actually have the option to lease the property for 99 years, and you can develop there, you can build there, you can do all the everything that you want to do with that property, except sell it to someone else, and you may sell the option of the lease to someone else, but it's always going to be that counting down to that 99-year leasehold. So it's not actually yours. It's the option for you to use it, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you cannot buy that property because that property is restrictive.
Absolutely,
right?
You're right.
Fantastic. So what are the main nationalities that you find buying here in Dubai?
Well, I do sell for many Portuguese clients. I sell for Brazilians as well. Iranians are buying a lot.
Right.
Indians buys a lot as well. Chinese. Before Chinese were buying more. Now they're not like so, so into the market. Yeah, these are the main ones. Portuguese, Spanish people, Brazilians.
Russians?
Russians, of course.
Yeah.
Russians, Ukrainians, Moldovians, yes.
And people can buy property here in crypto, right?
Absolutely. I sold many properties from
You can buy in crypto.
USDT crypto, exactly. Yeah, exactly, you can buy.
Unbelievable. So, and you have Ukrainians as well, I saw here. And as I mentioned, I even heard people speaking Romanian, which for me is
Romanian buys a lot as well. The UK, people from UK
Britain,
as well. We have like people from all over the world buying Dubai. Investors, they see the opportunity in Dubai. Again, Dubai is growing, has a lot to grow yet. So the bubble might happen, but it will take time.
It will take time.
Even if it happens, you have to be strong.
Absolutely.
It's Dubai.
Well, Rafael, thank you very much. I appreciated your time.
Having me.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn more about investing in Dubai, look us up on our social medias and follow us and share this video for your friends so they can learn more about investing in Dubai. Thank you.
Thank you.